Hey there, everybody. What's going on? Sean here with Zero to Income, and this is going to be a longer video, but I think that you're going to really find a lot of value in this video. So this is going to be a peek behind the scenes of a Zero to Income community call. Typically, this is something that only a paid member would be part of, but we thought this had so much valuable content in it that we want to share it. And so, if you've got the next hour or so, you want to go through and see how we use ChatGPT in our business for all kinds of things. If you have an online business, if you have your own YouTube channel, maybe you want to use ChatGPT in a school project, you can do that. In this video, we're going to go through all kinds of stuff on how we use it to create video scripts, how we use it to create courses, how we use it to create multiple choice quizzes. It's amazing what you can do with ChatGPT. It's like, again, an AI assistant. And if you're having analysis paralysis, you're feeling overwhelmed, I don't know where to start. I've got the school project and I just don't know where to start. I've got a course that I want to develop. What do I do first? Go to ChatGPT. It's going to help you get started. And then from there, you can put your own spin on things. I'm telling you, this is amazing stuff, and you're going to want to watch. If it's too much, the whole hour is too much, you can break it down. You can come back to it. Use a video speed controller. I think you're going to find a lot of valuable content in this. So let's jump on over and watch this Zero to Income community call where we go all in on using ChatGPT for our business.
All right, because we're winging it. That's what
Okay.
we're doing. We're winging it. I've been messing around, Sean. I've told you this. I've been messing around with some Chat GPT stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
um kind of show you some things I realized I'm learning. And a lot of this, look, I'm no different than any of you. I'm just digging in where I find interest and trying to experiment with things and I'm just having fun. So what I'm sharing with y'all is that process that I tend to go through. So let me share. I'll share a window. Right. You should just see my browser window. Is that right, Sean?
Yeah. We see courses on one and ChatGPT on the
Yep.
other.
Perfect.
Two tabs.
Perfect. Okay. So I came across this guy's video. What kind of sent me down this rabbit trail was I came across this guy's video who was talking about how much better um, Chat GPT, the Omni version, has gotten than the previous version. Like if you're in Chat GPT, you can switch your version right here. Now, many of you are using Copilot or Gemini, which Gemini is now called what? Or is it called Gemini? No,
It's
they
still
just
Gemini. Yeah, it's still
oh,
Gemini.
it's called Gemini. It was called something
Bard. It was
Bard.
called Bard before. Mm-hmm.
That's right. So Gemini or some other tool to help create content, to help create with ideation and all of that. Um, and I saw this guy's video about articles, and I'm gonna try and open up a new tab here. And so I was like, I'm gonna give this thing a shot. So I went to loghome.net and I created three articles. Um, whose graphics are not loading or they're loading slowly. Let's try and refresh the screen here.
There we go. Okay.
So I created three articles addressing the top fears of a log home investment, questions to ask your contractor, and this one's got a PDF file. I created a Word document using Chat GPT, and then I turned that Word document into a PDF file, like I put my logo on it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And 14 misunderstood reasons not to buy a log home, debunking the myths. So I went in and I went to Chat GPT. This is not hardly edited at all by me. The idea behind this was, and I know some people say, oh, you're just going to get penalized because you're creating AI content. Well, all the research is showing and Google is stating no. If people find the content useful and helpful, that's okay. So I'm leaning into that right now, and we might learn more as days unfold. I do not know. But I was able to create this whole document here just by using Chat GPT. And it really, this document here, this article dives into, some of the top fears that people have about getting a log home, the maintenance, the initial cost, long-term investment, energy efficiency, all of these things. And then I got thinking, okay, well, how else can I apply this? Because now that this Omni does this so well and so fast, I was thinking about PCI DSS. Sean and I have been talking about this. PCI DSS is the Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard, or Digital Security Standard, depending on which abbreviation you follow. And PCI DSS, I said, okay, well, write me a skeleton for this. And so it did, and then I went in and I told it to expand each section. And so I went in and said, expand conversationally on section 1, expand conversationally on section 2. Oh, and give me a 10 question multiple choice that I can throw in there too, right? And write it for finance teams, because our finance team needs to get training on PCI DSS. And it's like, I don't even know where. I've looked at stuff online. It's expensive. I was like, can I even create my own training? Literally 2 hours later, an entire training, 13 modules, completely built, with
Wow.
questions and an answer key. And so then I got thinking, well, this is crazy. This is crazy good. It's gotten so much better. I love hacking and I love puzzles. And so I said, well, what about give me 52. Oh wait, is this the one?
You might have had to have it keep doing
It's
more.
I got to go back up. Let's see, hacking puzzle ideas. So I said, okay, give me I said, give me 52 hacking puzzle ideas. So I got to scroll up quite a bit because I was going back and forth with this one a little bit. All right, so here we go. So these, and I said, give it to me. This is what so literally you're looking at the prompt right here. Want to write 52 emails with hacking puzzles that can be delivered straight into somebody's inbox. The puzzles would need to be text-based to make it easy to deliver them. Can write 52 fun hacking topics that include a hacking puzzle idea. So it came up with these 52 ideas. So it said phishing scenario, password cracking, social engineering, all of these different things, which I love this stuff. So then I said, okay, what would you write for one, keeping it fun, write a puzzle to include? So it did. And it came up with, can you spot the phishing email? And it gave, this is an example, and support from Amazon with a 0 as a O. So that should be the indicator, like, oh, okay, that's a fake email address, right? So this is definitely a fake. So it walks you through what to check on it and everything. It's like, well, that's not really much of a fun puzzle. So what's a puzzle that might take somebody a little bit of time to solve, right? So then I went on to the next one. And I said, what would you write for number 2? So it came up with this this one that's got to do with MD5 hashes and how I won't get into all of that because that's not, unless you're interested in hacking, it's not going to be, necessarily a fun topic for the point of this call. But the point of this is like how much information and how much better ChatGPT is doing, especially in this 4 Omni version. So then I was asking it, well, what are some domain suggestions for this? So what are some SEO trends for this? And I was asking about log home hashtags to use in Facebook. But then this last one that I was working on, I was literally just doing this less than an hour ago. So less than an hour ago, I don't know if the time shows up here. I said, create an outline for how to use System.io. A course that is fun, includes practical examples and walks through step by step how to start building a business online, building a business online. And it started just spitting out this. I'm gonna do one of these from scratch, by the way, so we can walk through it. We can pick a topic. Cool. So be thinking of a topic of something that we might want to try and write. To kind of give you an idea. The cool thing about this is that, right, we're just coming up with the outlines and some data to fill in here. It's not necessary. So if you know about the topic, it's going to make it super easy to record a video because you know what? I've already got an outline I can follow.
Hmm.
If you don't know the topic at all, obviously you're going to have to do some research on the topic, or you're going to have to ask it to give you some scripts and things that kind of coax you and help you along the way. But beware of imposter syndrome, because if you really don't know anything about it, your viewers are going to catch up to you, right? Um, so I said, I did this, and then it said, it came up with these modules, and then so it came up with, let's see, 4, 5, 6, and then 6 modules plus some bonus material, right? So let's just look at some of this module material I came up with. Brief intro, welcome. Okay, so why system, getting started, setting up a sales funnel, understanding what a sales funnel is, creating your first funnel, customizing your funnel, building and managing your email list, the importance of email marketing, and selling your first product, launching your business, post-launch activities and stuff like this. They came up with some pretty cool stuff in here. Growing and scaling. Then some bonus material down here, common issues, fixes, blah, blah, blah. So this is really, really, this is killer to have, like, so far, even what it's given me. But
Hmm.
then I said this, write out module 1 in a fun way and include a 5-question quiz with fun answers. Because here's the thing, nobody wants to train. When I was doing the PCI DSS one, I was like, all right, give me a fun version of this module. And it came up with some pretty cool things. But so I'm like, all right, give me. So let's have fun with it. So let's kind of look at some of the things it came up with, because we can change tone and all sorts of things, right? We can make we can kind of come up with a really good first module, and then we want to build the next modules kind of following the same pattern. So we don't want to necessarily build out a first module and not really read through it, and then just start throwing more content, and then we're like, oh, these are all junk. I want to go back and engineer my prompts to give me better output, right? Because it's all about the prompts. So it opens up. It's very, it's so far, I mean, it's like conversational. We're thrilled to have you here. Buckle up, because this course isn't just about learning. It's about having a blast while you master the art of building a business online. By the end of this course, you'll be a System IO wizard, ready to create funnels, launch products, build an audience with ease. I mean, it really comes off with a lot of confidence.
Hmm.
Of course, we don't want to be fakers. That's the problem, right?
Yeah.
Because this is just, so we have to pivot. We have to be able to insert wisdom, knowledge, things like that as we go through this, because if we just do this like it is, it's basically trying to have AI help teach somebody. Well,
Yeah.
we want people to teach people, right? So you got to be willing to kind of flow with it. But I'm just kind of giving an example of how easy this reads, right? Here's
It
some
reads
things for,
really, really easy. And
yeah,
one of the
yeah,
things I keep in mind, though, and you made a very awesome point about it, is that it's going to spit out stuff. I do think there's still an important that it's important for us to go back through it and go, okay, does this make sense? Because when I read build an audience with these, that's not always easy, So and I would look at that and say, hey, and learn how to build and learn everything you need to know to build an audience. So kind of
yeah,
think about how is this saying things, and
yes,
like,
right,
is it ever easy? Building an
right.
audience takes time.
Building an audience is tough.
Yeah,
So we have to see if the course actually holds up to its weight here,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
So I love the way that it's worded this. Why
mm,
System IO rocks, setting up your
yeah.
System IO account, customizing your dashboard to match personality. I mean, this is cool. Um, okay, so then we get into this next part, 1.2, why System IO, the Swiss Army knife, blah, blah, blah. Now, here's it really kind of like failed right here. What? No, success stories. This one, all right, comparison time.
Hmm.
There's no comparison, right? So it actually, this is a lack right here.
What do you mean
So
by
this,
there's no comparison?
well, there's no like this versus the other platforms. It's
Hmm.
just saying System IO versus other platforms. It's like comparing a superhero squad to a bunch of sidekicks. Well, that doesn't really mean anything if you can't back it up with actual, like, here's what you're getting from System IO. Now,
Hmm.
I think Sean and I, you would agree, like, we love System IO. You had some challenges just
Hmm.
recently with handling some webinar
Yeah.
stuff and getting through some learning curves, but to do this without actually having any side by side comparisons doesn't necessarily invoke a lot of confidence for the person who's going through the course.
But this is where, you talked about the, why am I drawing a blank now? The imposter syndrome. This is where it does help to have some knowledge of what's going on, because we know, hey, at least this is giving us some stuff to get the creative juices flowing, because we do know some other platforms out there that we can compare it to.
That's right.
We can say System.io versus other platforms, System.io versus Kajabi, System.io versus webinar stuff, since I've been going through that, versus Demio versus Easy Webinar. um, you know Now we can take our knowledge and combine it with what it's coming up with.
Well, we're going to actually try some of that in just a second, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what I did was I opened up our courses here, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
So this is our login.
Yeah.
And I created a Mastering System IO for Online Business Success course. And I said, here's module 1. I took the title straight out of the ChatGPT. Here's our 1.1. All right. So this isn't right. Right. I mean, this is just
That's
the
just
default,
yeah.
junk stuff.
System.io gives you a lot of default stuff
Yeah. So it'd be
when you
better to make
start something.
a template page or something that can be
Yep.
copied and dragged around. That, I mean, we've done that before too,
Yep.
because you can make a page and drag it around. But for the sake of this, I'm going to do some really quick editing on here. I'm going to drop some whole sections and just kind of like help speed up the process a little bit. So I'm just going to drop that, and I'm going to come up here to this top section, and I'm going to, oh, actually, maybe I'll keep the top one. Let's just retitle it. Let's drop that little graphic thing up top. I don't like that.
That's the
Drop
default
that.
logo they like to throw in, but yeah.
Yep, default. All right. So we said this is 1.1, right? So the, and I'm just going to drop that, and I'm going to drop this lesson thing. I don't really need any of this stuff. I wonder if I can, well, I could have just built a, well, let's do a row. I just don't like the way this looks. So and I know I'm doing some quick edits here.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
But another thing I think that's really good for people that are watching this to kind of grasp also is there's a lot to be said by just taking a lot of stuff out and making things a lot more simple. Because
yes, agreed. Totally
um,
agree. Now
I think,
I'm gonna grab a video block. Whoop, I'm gonna grab another row. Another row. Let's try that again. Oh, is it already there? There we go. And I'm going to grab a video. I'm going to grab, and I've not recorded anything, right? But I'm
mhm.
just grabbing the video because I'll probably going to, if we did this, we'd probably record this, right? Um, and
Well, they're
then,
going to always have that default System IO video thing in there with when you pop that in there, and
right.
then you go and change it out.
Yep. Yep. And then let's do text right there. And let's grab, now I'm going to say, grab, actually, I'm going to grab the title too, just to have it. I'm going to copy that. And then I'm going to go here, paste it. And of course, it looks like garbage. Um, and we need to shoot. Where's the
Over on the
alignment?
far left is the alignment, right at the almost to
Oh
the
yeah, yeah,
bottom,
yeah,
right
yeah.
underneath the padding.
Wow,
Yep.
it's been a while since I've edited in system. Um, I wonder if I should have done this with a bullet list instead.
Well, even when I think it might have had a bullet list already, but a lot of times, even when you kind of paste it in there, it takes the bullets out.
Okay. So anyway, there's obviously some formatting that needs to happen, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to save this. And so the only thing that would need to happen here is obviously I'd have to record and pop in the video here, right?
Yep.
But let me go back. And now what I can do, I gotta move this video around here. I can duplicate this, right?
Yeah, I was
And I
just
can
gonna
call
say.
it 1.2, right?
Yep.
So confirm, and then I'm just gonna actually, I shouldn't have created all of those with the titles because actually I'm just gonna delete them. Delete, confirm, delete.
But this is a great kind of just a learning opportunity for everybody that, you start off with your first one, get it dialed in just the way you want, at least with system.io, because of the ability to just duplicate everything. So you just use that, get everything dialed in just like you want,
Yep.
formatting and everything and sections, and then that's your template. Just
Yep.
duplicate all the way down.
Now I'm going to do this again, and I'm going to copy it, I'm going to duplicate it again, confirm, and now I'm going to call it 1.3, copy that. And then I'm just going over here to settings and paste it there. Okay. All right. So now I've got my 3 sections, but they're all exactly the same. They're all exactly the same as this first one. So let's go to the second one and go edit. And now I'm going to grab the 1.2 section and copy. And
See what I mean? Those bullet points were there.
the bullet
And
points.
yeah, the ChatGPT had the bullet points in there for you. It was there before when it just didn't bring them over when you pasted them in.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. So I'm just gonna do this. Normally, yeah, bullets would be fine because it's course content. People are going to read bullets more than going to read long text. Um, and let's save that. Go out. I'm going to do the next one, and then I'm going to go back and do something with that second one. I'll show you in a minute. Oh, I gotta go. In this one. What does it say? Because I didn't change the name. I didn't change the title on the second one. Paste. Right. Um, so let's get this going here. And again, this is click get started for free. Actually, we would insert our own link, right? And copy that. I'm gonna save this here, this quiz here too. We're gonna actually look at how we're gonna use that as well. Paste. Um, and just gonna space them out a little bit. I'm just gonna save. I'm just really just throwing it in here, right? And then the second one, I did not edit this. Why system item?
Oh, you did, but
Save. Okay. Now, so we were talking about that comparison problem. So now we're going to try something here because this is where you can use ChatGPT and to really kind of help with the whole process of building like extra pieces to this, right? So let's
mhm.
try some things here. So where's the one that had the comparison? Is it on my screen? 1.2 Y system I. Oh, here it is, right?
There we go.
Comparison
Yeah.
time, right? So I'm going to say for comparison time, there are no specs to compare. Please create a table that includes system.io versus. All right, let's name some. Let's see what it comes up with.
Yeah.
Kajabi,
Kajabi, Podia. Um,
Podia.
we could now. I'm
Trying to think
wondering
of what other ones we've
Wix, WordPress. Um,
well, WordPress. Let's not do WordPress because I want to include price, and WordPress pricing can get kind of weird.
yeah, yeah,
Um, how about GoHighLevel?
yeah.
And I'm gonna say include.
Now it'll be interesting to see how well it does with this because a lot of times, at least with the free version of ChatGPT, it doesn't typically it's not able to go and get that information for you from like specific websites, but wouldn't hurt to try.
All right, we're gonna see what it comes up with here.
Yeah. Look at the table. I like that. Now, the fun point also is going to be is will this table be able to be copied into system or not?
I have an idea. I have an idea. So
An image,
I have an
maybe.
idea.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to try it for kicks. Now, I think you're right. Was that on
It was,
1.2?
it was in 1.2. Yep. It was in
Yeah,
1.2.
thank you.
I was paying attention to that at least.
All right.
And
So then
comparison
we say, oh, I'm
time.
just
There it
guys, all
is.
I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste it in here. And then you're like, oh, that didn't work. It's interesting that I got the little icons in there though.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now what we're going to do is let's try and let's see if we've got can we do a table? No. All right. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to say raw HTML down here.
Okay.
And you're like, what on earth are you going to do here? So now I'm going to say, please give this content in HTML,
Ah.
this comparison section in HTML.
Another thing to keep in mind is they got that little copy code button right up there at the top of this black
Yep,
box that they're creating all the code in.
that's
So
right.
so you don't
But
have to
there
go and highlight it all. You can just click the copy code.
but there is a problem with that, and I'll explain in just a second here. Well,
Mhm.
I guess I can explain while we're waiting for that to keep generating. The problem is we've got HTML and head in here. I should have asked it to give me the comparison section in HTML just as HTML body, not including the body tags,
Mm,
because that would have just given me this.
yeah.
Um, but what I'm going to do is I am going to actually just going to highlight. So I'm going to take from this H1 tag here inside the body until my last body tag down here. I'm going to take to just before that. I'm going to copy that. And we're going to go here. And now we're going to go edit code and select all, paste, save. And now we should be rocking and rolling. That at least it's got something here. Well, I think we might have to save this and actually go look at it and see what it looks like. Oh, probably it might not look exactly right. It doesn't look bad. It's definitely usable. But I probably needed to tell it over here not to use CSS. It used some CSS at that.
Did it
No.
did it use I don't think it did
Oh
use.
yeah, style
Oh yeah.
code. Yeah, there's some style
It
code.
had some styling. But the
Yeah.
styling's not always a that's not always a bad thing. Yeah, I'm wondering if you want to add that style into above the H1 in our editor.
Let's I
Um,
don't know if that's going to work, but let's try it and see. I just
because
need
I
to
use CSS and style codes all the time in that edit code.
do you?
Yeah,
All right,
all the
let's
time.
save it. Save
Yep.
changes.
There we go. We got a table now.
Oh, that looks way better.
Hmm. Yep.
Rock and
There.
roll.
It's
Look at
beautiful.
that. Now, and of course, this needs to be formatted because it's
Yep.
all,
Yep.
but anyway,
I mean,
that's
that's.
so we solved the problem of where information was not complete. And
Mhm.
here we would say, see comparison down below.
And you
Or
know what
this.
I'm really impressed with is, because I've been looking at all the pricing stuff in the last week. The pricing's right on, 27 a month. That's right on. 47 a month for the webinar. That's right on. Even the Kajabi, I know that's right on also, based on what I just saw this last week. Podia I haven't looked at in a while, but that's impressive that it pulled everything
Okay.
and created that table for us.
So I was throwing this together. So, like, I mean, what, in 15 minutes, I threw together the first module, right?
Mhm.
I got the first module in there
Yeah.
without, obviously, without a video. All right.
Yeah.
Let's take, what do you guys have for an idea? Let's just start from scratch, just so I can walk you through kind of like what I did for prompts. Did Deborah, either of you or Sean, have an idea?
Well, I was thinking, since Deborah was here, what was going through my mind as you were going through this is, how do we create a course now for Deborah on, you know, get fit over, 40, over 50.
Yeah,
Uh,
you have an idea, Deborah?
No.
No. All right. Let's try
So
it.
so let's run with ChatGPT and ask it for help then.
Okay. So let's say Deborah, we're gonna just try and go down a rabbit trail here. So
Okay.
I'm gonna say I have a YouTube channel focused on fitness for people over the age of, do you have an age? Do you have an age that you're,
50.
what is it?
50?
Okay.
Okay. Age of 50.
I would put her title in there, Pajama Granny, just so that it knows and it might want to throw that in there.
Oh yeah. Pajama Granny. Is that right?
Yeah.
Um, I'd like to build a simple course that includes easy exercises done properly for my community. Um, let's say it is it's 20 exercises that or 10 exercises you can do anytime. Um, the course, the mini course, we'll call it a mini course. Mini course is around the idea of 10 exercises you can do anytime, whether traveling, at home, at the office, etc. Um, let's make the mini course fun, creative, to keep my subscribers coming back for more. See what it comes up with.
Yeah. As he was typing that out, Deborah, I know that a lot of your exercises like 2 or 3 seconds or 2 or 3 minutes long too. That's another thing you could have popped in the prompt. Make these exercises. All 3 or 4 minute exercises or whatever else.
Right.
Um, but it's fun to just also see what it comes up with on its own. To just stop in there. I mean, he could have made that prompt even a lot shorter. Can you help me with some ideas? And
Sure.
you know,
Yeah.
um,
So far, it's come up with, wow, it's come up with 12 video ideas so far.
I saw somebody in a Facebook group that I'm in for mid-journey prompts for doing mid-journeys for photos, and they did something really really weird where they just said prompt dog surprise me, and it just gave them an image, and it was
So, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this exercise one, right? And I don't have to copy this because it already has it in its memory. I'm just going to refer to exercise one.
mm-hmm.
All right. Now, come up with a creative script idea. I can use actually, let's like come up with 3 short creative script ideas I can use when recording exercise one. Make it fun, include stories, analogies, anything that can help me be creative.
And you see how in video one it said welcome to Pajama Granny's anytime anywhere exercise mini course. That's why I like to throw in our name,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it'll take that and use that.
Yep. Um,
You could have also said, I'm Deborah Battles. I
oh,
run Pajama,
yeah.
and then it would also use your name. Yeah.
All right, let's see what it comes up with. Superhero desk push-up.
Wow.
So let's just try this. Welcome back, Pajama Granny community. Today we're going to transform into superheroes right at our desk. That's right. We're doing desk push-ups. Imagine your superhero and your desk is your secret control center. The world needs your strength. Every time you push up from your desk, you're lifting the weight of the world, keeping it safe from the forces of inactivity. Feel your chest and arms power up with each push. You are unstoppable. And then it walks through the instructions.
Now,
Um,
as you were going through that, I had some other ideas. Some people aren't into like Winnie the Pooh, but I was thinking, okay, how about you could say, can you make it Star Wars themed? And then as
Oh,
I was
yeah.
thinking about Star Wars, I'm like, can you use a Winnie the Pooh theme? And it'll sometimes come back and say like, oh bother, it's time for exercise, everybody. Let's be like Tigger and get our energy up. And
Mhm.
it'll
that's cool.
So the secret agent desk push up. Hello,
mm,
Uh-huh.
fellow agents. We're going to go undercover for a secret mission. Push this your top secret. Gathering intel at your desk. Suddenly you get the signal. It's time
your
to do
mission,
some.
should you decide,
Oh yeah, your mission should you? Uh,
should you
yes.
decide to take it.
Yeah.
I love
All
this
right.
stuff. The time traveler's
Find a
desk push up.
mission impossible oriented exercise two.
And that is what I love about this AI stuff is it can be so helpful to just get the creative juices going. And then, I mean, look at how much fun you can have with this because it's like, I'm coming up with all these ideas, and then it's like, bam, let's throw in Mission Impossible and see what it comes up with.
Mhm.
Um, what was I?
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, involves executing perfect seated leg lifts to maintain your agility and strength.
That is awesome. Now, can I pick some of this out and put it on my YouTube titles?
Yeah,
Or,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
okay, okay.
He should be able to share all this with you. There's a way of sharing chats with people, and there should be a way of like sharing this whole thing. There it is, share.
Do you
Um,
have a chat GPT? I'll create link. Your name,
that's
custom
interesting.
instructions, and any messages you add after stay private. Interesting.
Yeah, normally they
What do
have
I need?
something in
I'm
there
just
already.
going to create a link. I've
There it
never
goes.
done this, Sean. We're
Yeah,
venturing into
yeah.
uncharted waters for
I've
me.
done that before. Yeah. Um,
All right, I'm going to put it in the chat. There it is. So, Deborah, I don't know if you have a Chat GPT account, but if you do, that should work.
Okay.
and it will probably open up even if you don't. Let's pop in the chat. I just want to open up myself, and I'm going to do an incognito window and just see what happens.
Okay.
New incognito window. Pop that in there and just see what it says. It's not even asking me for an account, and it comes up as anonymous, so it's not telling me that Dana that this came from Dana.
All
It
right.
just it just says anonymous. I have a YouTube pajama. Okay, yeah, that's the actual prompt. Okay, and everything's right there for you. Yep.
Well, cool. Um, we got look. We got 9 minutes. How far can we get on some course content in 9 minutes? Throw out another idea. Let's run with one.
Um, let's help Jody out.
Okay,
What could we do?
yeah, pristine clean. All right,
Pristine
Yeah.
clean.
my company is pristine clean. I sell green cleaning products as well as okay, so I sell green cleaning products as well as cleaning instructions, and I sell green as well as provide cleaning instructions. Um, offer a membership community. So what are we creating here? What are we going after? A course or
You know, that's a good question because she has so many courses herself already.
we're going to create 20 video script ideas. I want them to be fun, yet conversational, and insert my own personality. Jody is my name. Um, let's start with 20 titles. Does she do shorts?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good
Let's do
question.
video. Let's do for cleaning oriented video shorts. Let's start with 20 titles for cleaning oriented video shorts. That will be 60 seconds or less. Let's just see what it comes up with.
So nothing on YouTube that I can find.
Okay. I know she does podcasts, but I didn't know. I thought she had YouTube too, but okay.
Well, we can spin off of this with podcast ideas too.
Okay.
Right? We could actually take this same list. She could actually create this sparkling sinks in 60 seconds and then do a sparkling sinks as part of a podcast bit too,
Right.
and that,
Okay.
because you could take the same content when you use it in multiple places, sometimes that helps you out too. But anyway, let's just have it right one. I'm not going to start with the banish. Let's do banish the grime, number 11.
I found it. It's her YouTube channel is the Pristine Scene.
Okay.
I found it.
Give me a script.
Ooh,
for
clean.
Number 11. Keep it engaging. Keep it engaging. What was number 11?
That was the grime tile cleaning.
Humorous instructions. It tells you. This might be too long. This looks like it might be. Well, it might not be actually. Well, yeah, 60 seconds. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
You'd be surprised though. I mean,
choices. Yeah.
Let's just do the script without all the instructions. And keep it 60 seconds or less. So it might cut some stuff out. Let's just it kept the instructions. It did not. All right.
You know what's really cool about this, because I've got her channel open up now though. That just gave a whole bunch of ideas that she could start popping onto her channels. We've been talking a lot about building an audience, but the only way to build that audience is just to start creating content just all the time.
And fun like this. Being fun is what people want.
Yeah. The videos I was working on today before this call, I was kind of getting silly. I was like, I don't know, should I leave that in there? I'm like, why not? Let's keep this fun. And
okay, here we go. So, all right, we're at let's start a timer. Someone get a timer.
Timer? I don't have a timer. Let's see here.
Let's just.
How about on my iPhone?
Yeah. Just wondering.
So you want to have a timer going? Stop.
Yeah. Ready? Tell me when you go.
All right, ready, go.
Hey there, Pristine Clean family. It's Jody here, and today we're tackling one of the peskiest spots in the house, bathroom tiles. Don't worry, we're going to banish that grime in just 60 seconds. Ready? Let's go. First up, grab your eco-friendly Pristine Clean tile cleaner. Give those tiles a good spritz. Don't be shy. Let's show that grime who's boss. Now, here's the fun part. While the cleaner is working its magic, let's do a little dance. Clean the groove, people. All right, back to business. Grab a trusty cloth or sponge. Time to scrub in circular motions. It's like giving your tiles a little massage. Who doesn't love spa day? And voila. Look at that shine. Your bathroom tiles are now sparkling clean and eco-friendly. Plus, we got a mini dance workout in it. Talk about multitasking. Thanks for cleaning with me today, Pristine Clean family. Stay green and clean. Bye for now.
53 seconds.
Oh, look at that. It really did.
53 seconds.
I mean, you got to move. You don't have a lot of time to pause, but that's what shorts are about.
Yes, that was awesome.
Is that
I had
great?
fun just doing that little video, and it's just like, I don't know, that's cool.
Yes, it is.
So
Wow.
we should save this particular chat and send it to her as well, just to give her some ideas. But
Does she
yeah,
on? Oh yeah, you said you could pull it up without.
yep, yeah, she could. Yeah, we could pull it up and out. We could pop it into WhatsApp directly to her if we wanted to, or probably
I'm just
just
going to
directly
put it
to
in
her.
the chat for now, and then cool.
Yep, there it
So
is.
you literally could then take this script and you could say, or to any of these really, or actually you could do this too. No, you mentioned podcasts, so let's go down the podcast train for just a minute. We got 60 seconds left. All right, now let's build a podcast episode around the idea of Spanish.
Sean, you'll have to share this with Julie too, because she has problems coming up with podcasts. So this is doing it for her.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, long script, not necessary. Let's cover the important things, important items. Okay, so
I like the 15 minutes. We a lot of the people I work with, as far as podcasts, are 45 minutes to an hour long, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, especially if they have a guest. Um,
Okay.
but I also think that when we're so focused on those longer podcasts, it might keep us from being prolific because like, oh, I got to come up with another 45-minute podcast. So I like the idea of a 15-minute podcast and maybe even doing a 15-minute podcast. Well, I mean, you could do it once a week, but even a couple times a week.
yeah,
Okay.
And then
check out this.
I
This
don't know.
gave us a call to action. Encourage listeners to visit. It reminds you, right? Because sometimes we forget. Oh, I
Mhm.
got to remind people, right?
Mhm.
Um, and I mean, you could literally feed it your tagline and things like that, so that it would put your tagline and things like that in here. And these, I mean, this just blows my mind. 2 years ago, would you ever imagined what we'd be able to do with this stuff?
Yeah.
It
And
just
I'm wondering what's going to happen 2 years from now.
oh,
And
it's gonna blow up. This is all gonna
and
blow up.
and I
Yeah.
still wonder how many people out there will not be using it. You know,
Is it free? Is Chat GPT free?
They do have a free version, right?
I use the free version. Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if it gives you a 4.0, which is Omni.
No,
Okay.
Um,
it doesn't.
might be 3.5 or 4. I don't know, but still, they're very powerful, even in those. And you can still get some long form content out of
Woo,
it.
that wasn't right.
Yeah, I oh, I don't have it here. Did you see the 65, 67 page document I sent you, Sean? Did that come through in your email yesterday?
I did not see it in my
I
email. I'll have to
created
go
a
look.
whole how many do you remember how many words I told you it was?
I think you said it was. I thought you said it was like 6,700.
I think it was
Let's go back here.
1,067. Oh, no, I'm sorry. 63 pages, 18,000 words. And I just created it one section at a time. I had 13 sections, and I told it every time. Once I honed down the first section to what I was looking for content, I said, now create section 2, create the quiz, create the section 3, the quiz, and then it got into, it would create the section and the quiz and give me the key. Oh, this one's one thing before we go, I wanted to mention this. Let me go back to this System IO course thing. Um, I mentioned this, but I didn't actually get into it. I had mentioned the quiz questions, right? So we've got these right here. So how do you actually do this? So what you can do is you can copy this text. You can come into your editor, save it. And this is going to be for this whole section, right? So
Mhm.
right here, I can do create a quiz for this module. And I can say confirm. And I can say add a question. And so my question is this. save. And now I click into it, and then I can start adding answers.
Mm-hmm.
So then I can go A. So correct one's B. So I'm going to copy when I do add the answer for B. I'm going to say that one's the correct answer. And it makes it green. And
How did we know that the question, the right one was B? That's just, we just know.
I clicked the box. Oh, from right here.
Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, got it.
Told me it's got the key
Down below. Yep.
And then there you go. That one gave me.
That's something new. I didn't know. I have never done a quiz with our courses, so that's cool.
Some extra spaces in there.
It can open cans. I like the fact that it'll have some funny stuff in there.
So yeah, so this makes it a little bit more interactive for the people that instead of just watching the video, they actually get to interact with something.
Okay.
And like this one even said, was it in the first section? Was it 1.1? What's your online business superhero name? Think of it and share it with the community. It automatically told you to go take that and go to the community and put it in. And I thought, well, that's super cool because it knows that System.io is not just course content, but it has a community option available too, which I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All
right. Thanks.
Cool.
Yeah, I popped in a few other little things in the chat as far as other AI type tools. I didn't get Copilot, which is ChatGPT also. But Claude AI is another one that is really, really nice because I've taken with my free version of ChatGPT, it'll only take so much text. So I can take a transcript from a podcast. So I've got somebody who's got a 45-minute podcast. I'm just throwing that out. And I can take that transcript from that 45-minute podcast, which is a big transcript. If I try to put that into my free version of ChatGPT and say summarize it, it usually says that's too much content. We can't summarize that for you. With Claude, I haven't yet had it say, sorry, that's too much information. We can't deal with that. So Claude AI, the free version of Claude AI, has always been my go-to for longer content. I still use ChatGPT for all the short stuff. Hey, I did this short 10-minute video. Normally, it'll take the transcript from that, no problem.
Okay.
So, and I go back and forth between all these different tools.
Okay.
Well, yep. I hope it's fun because we're always trying to figure out how do we make this a little bit easier, a little bit more fun, easier to create content. Because I tell you what, when you think about building a course, sitting down and building a course, it's daunting.
Yes.
Thinking about modules and this and that. Well, I want to make sure that I'm covering the bases, and I want to make sure it's professional, and that's not my forte. So I feel like I'm being the imposter syndrome. If you know your topic and can get the outline, even, what a huge step that makes to actually being able to get a course online.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think, as we go through this and I think about it, I'm like, gosh, I seriously think, Deborah, you could sit down and like spend an hour and probably have a course knocked out in Podia, and it seems daunting when you think about it. And then when you sit down with ChatGPT and then a half hour later, boom, you're done. I mean, Dana was talking about his 13 lessons or something like that for the PCI stuff. And it didn't take a ton of time.
65 pages built in about 2 hours.
Yeah.
65-page document. I want to show you one more thing. I really got to go. Okay, let me do this because this is just something that's good to know. Like you've got all this stuff, but the copy and paste is an issue, right, Sean? Mm-hmm. So I can say, give me my basic course outline as a Word doc.
Oh, no way.
Now I could do this for even my other sections.
Oh, it's analyzing. Okay. I'm like, is it giving the Word doc in HTML? And I'm like, that's not Word HTML though. It's usually a mess. And then I saw it's analyzing it still. Now, can it do
Sometimes a
PDFs?
step
That would be
too
cool if it could do PDFs.
You
too.
can, I think you can,
Mhm.
but I prefer to be able to edit easier, put a logo and things like that, and then just do print to PDF. It will do Excel worksheets. It will do CSV files. I don't know about PowerPoints, but look, here it is. Boom. So I'm going to download this file now. I'm in Open Office, I think. So it's going to open it up, and there it is. But there's the course. Okay. Well, anyway, it did open it up, and
Okay.
it created it properly. So take my word for it. Try it yourself.
All right.
Try it at home. It's safe. Deborah, it was good. It was good to be back. Sean, Deborah, both of you. I'm glad.
Yeah,
Glad
I'm
I was
glad.
able to hop on today.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
All right.
See you,
Later.
everybody. Take
All right,
care.
see ya.
Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.